Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have a brother here. He has converted to Islam, and we wanna know about his life before and after converting to Islam. First of all, what's your name?
Bismillah, alhamdulillah. My name is Rodrigo Duran.
Where are you from?
I was born in Mexico City and I've lived most of my life there.
MashaAllah. How old are you?
I am 32 years old.
How long have you been a Muslim?
I've been a Muslim since I was like 19 years old, so like 13 years.
MashaAllah. How did you hear about Islam?
I first heard about Islam with some Muslim brothers that came from the United States to visit Mexico City, and then some other converts in Mexico City. I was about maybe 14, 13, 15, something like that, years old. And then, yeah, that was how I heard about Islam.
Okay, good. Why did you convert to Islam?
Uh, well, at 15 years old, when I heard about Islam or something like that, at that age, I was confused. I liked Islam because there was a lot of things that made sense intuitively and logically. They made sense. Like, for example, that Jesus was a messenger of God and he wasn't the son of God. That made a lot of sense and cleared up things for me. So I decided to ask God to, I remember I said something like, God, if you exist, bear with me. I want to start from zero. Because I didn't want any religion to influence me. I didn't want to know about God through Islam or know about God through Christianity or any other religion that would influence me because I was looking for the truth. So I said, God, bear with me. If you exist, I want to start from zero, and I want to start as if you didn't exist. And from there, I'll build up and see where I get to in this search. And I immediately felt he did exist, immediately, when I was saying that. And some years passed by, and when I was 19 years old, I was reading the Quran, and it just happened. It said there, you need to pray, and I started praying, and you need to fast, and I started, fast Ramadan, and I started fasting Ramadan, and I was a Muslim.
MashaAllah. Yeah, this is what I was asking you. How did you convert to Islam? There is a story to tell.
Yeah. So it all started when I first asked God to bear with me, and that I wanted to search for the truth, that I wanted to know the truth. So I was going to pretend that he didn't exist, and from there, my first step would be to see if he did exist. And then if he did exist, then I would have to choose which religion was the one that was the truth, which was the one that took to him, and what was the one that was sanctioned by him, so to speak. And as I said, immediately when I said that, I felt in myself, I knew that he did exist. So that first step was immediate. It was just inside of me, I knew God existed. So the second step was to see which was the religion of truth. So when I was reading the Quran, there's a verse that says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says something that translates to, today I have completed your religion, and I am pleased that it would be Islam. I am pleased that your religion is Islam. So I thought to myself, well, anybody can say that. Anybody can say that this is a true religion. But as I kept on reading the Quran, it just felt good. It just made sense. Everything made logical sense, felt good. And then when I started practicing, the prayers and doing the remembrance of God, I immediately knew this had to be true, because you just recognize it. It's difficult to explain.
Okay, good. How can you describe your life before and after converting to Islam?
Yeah, there was a big change. Before, I tended to be lonely. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere very well, because I didn't like to party very much at all, and I didn't like talking about most, like clothing or stuff like that, and a lot of people do. So I didn't fit very well, and I was actually a little bit depressed. And And after Islam, I became very happy, immediately became very happy and very peaceful, and I knew that was for me. I just felt I was born to be a Muslim. Immediately felt very happy, and I just felt I was born to be a Muslim, and everything felt natural and easy, and it was kind of like coming back home and being at peace finally. And I lived in Mexico at the time, in Cancun, and there wasn't internet in those days, and I didn't have many books. I maybe had a few books only, and so it was difficult for me to actually learn my religion completely until many years later when I came to the States to study graduate school. Because I kind of set aside my learning stage, so to speak, and but it wasn't. And then when I was able to learn my religion a little bit better, then again I felt extremely happy, and now I feel much more peaceful. So it's very important to actually not only enter Islam but also learn the religion properly, so that you can stay happy and peaceful and feel at ease and be comfortable and safe even.
Good. What are the books that help you to become a Muslim? Books or audio? Or
Well, as I said, originally there was only a few books, and the main one was the Quran, and maybe a few lines here and there on how to pray and stuff like this. That was my main first influence. Originally it was more something between Allah and myself, a sort of a communication that inside of me that was going on. Eventually, the books that have influenced me the most are by Ibn Taymiyyah or by Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, and also here in Corvallis there was a sheikh, rahimullah. He passed away, but he was very good in explaining, and so he was a big influence too. His name is Ahwad Gargouri.
something to say to non-Muslim people?
Yeah, absolutely. Read, and don't learn Islam from Fox News or ABC News or any of those. This is very important. There's many books, and some are right, some are wrong. So you have to do your own research. It's just like any school project or anything. Just go to the books and read and try to find the truth. Islam has 1400 years of history. So, you can't say Muslims are terrorists based on what a few people do, and by the way, the people that do these kind of things, they're not showing any kind of Islamic behavior. Just like you can't say Christians are murderers because the Ku Klux Klan did what they did. Just similarly, you can't say that Muslims are terrorists just because a few misguided people are doing what they're doing or did what they did. So I would strongly suggest to read the books, and the main thing is a very strong suggestion. Just ask God, I want to know the truth. Please guide me to the truth. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
My
Jazakallah
pleasure.
khair.
Back.